What up guys, Fojo here, and today I'm bringing to you a gathering guide to find all the different pieces of the gathering sets, specifically the mining, skinning, harvesting, and lumberjack set, because these sets do not have a specific place where they drop, and I want to cover a few ways to get some pieces that are viable for this set and that are ways that you can find pieces of this set without having to go and buy them. Real quick, if you guys could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would truly appreciate that, as well as leave a comment if this helped you out, or if you have any questions about anything in the video. Now, unfortunately for these sets, there are no ways to actually go out and find them in the regular form that you would going out and farming one specific mob and repeating the process until you get the drop. Now, a lot of these are going to drop randomly across the world. So the best way to go and find some of these pieces is to find the right category of monster and a mob that would drop a lot of drops and attempt to get the drops randomly from these creatures. Now, there are some across the world that tend to drop more often and will drop you a better rate than normal mobs. And one of those is the lions up in Ebonskill Reach in the caves. Now, up here you can find around 15 or 20 lions, and these lions tend to drop just about every single time that you kill them. So, in this way, you have a lot better shot at actually getting one of these pieces. And I was able to farm up here for a couple hours and get multiple pieces of different sets, and it was fairly reliable to get at least a few pieces an hour. But the problem with that is that you do not know what set it's going to drop from, or which piece you are going to get. So it is a random chance. It isn't a specific farm or guarantee of a piece you want, but you can in fact farm for them. You just may not be able to get the specific piece that you want. But there are a few other pieces that are specific pieces for these different sets. You just have to go and farm them from other mobs, and these are 590 plus items that will roll over to 600 if you go and farm them. Unfortunately, there aren't a ton of them. There are only about one or two for each piece, for each set, and will give you at least one piece for your set that won't have to be farmed or bought specifically. And now, these lions are not too high of a mob to kill. And the problem with these also is that these are going to drop the blue tier of items for you. They're not going to be purple tier items that will get you 500 plus for these different items. So you will be getting those here instead. I have been looking for a spot that is for the higher tier that has a good rate. I haven't been able to find a spot that I like yet, but if I do, I will post another video about that as well. But for right now, this is the best way I've found to farm them currently. And if you don't want to spend the money on it, come out here, give it a shot, and try to do it here, because it is a good option. You just have no control over what you're going to get when you're going to get it. But the nice thing about being out here is that you can farm the hide from these as well, and there are also platinum and orichalcum veins out here you can mine as well. So you'll be making money out here as long as you're out here and harvesting stuff at the same time, so it's not a terrible loss either way. As well as the pieces that you do get that you do not need, you can sell them and make some money there as well. So overall, not a terrible place to spend some time, possibly get your sets that you need or the pieces that you are missing. But there are going to be some stuff like Sechet the Cobra here, who is going to be able to give us a different piece of the set that will also be helpful. You just need to kill him repeatedly and farm him for this piece. Now, you won't be getting it right away, but you will be finding it eventually. It is the snakeskin boots that you will be receiving from him, and these are going to be a 590 plus drop, so you can get it to a 5% for skinning bonus. So make sure to do that, because this is the only boss in the game right now that you can farm for a piece of a skinning gear set that will be super helpful for you. Everything else will have to be bought on the market or farmed from high tier mobs that you are only going to be getting randomly. There are world drops, so they're not guaranteed anywhere except for from a certain tier of mob. So you would have to fight a ton of mobs over and over again to get a chance at any of the pieces of the gathering gear, let alone the specific one you're looking for. Now, unfortunately, that's the way that New World has the gathering sets set up, and there's not a specific way to go and farm these right now. So either you have to get lucky, farm specifically that level of mob or above, or go and buy it off the market and find the few pieces that are farmable. And on this set, the only one that is farmable is the snakeskin boots from Sechet. Not sure if I'm saying his name right. Not a hard mob to farm, and isn't too dangerous to fight by yourself. So you should be able to do it no problem. There are a few archers in the area that are a pain because they do a lot of damage and burn stacks, so make sure to be careful about those. But fighting him is not too big of a deal. I would fight him and then the archers and take them out in between. But other than that, I think it's a very easy mob to deal with and it shouldn't be too difficult. So for the Lumberjack set, there is one piece you can go out and find that will be found in a different way than most. You will have to go through and find these in grave offerings and brimstone sands. Randomly drops, so you'll have to go out and hunt these down and grab a ton of these in order to find these. I was able to find some pretty quick when I first started looking for them, but I haven't had a pair since, so it could be more rare. This piece will also give you the plus 5% to finding rare items when woodcutting. So this is also a great piece to add to your Lumberjack set in order to go out and utilize it to your best advantage. And now this will replace the piece that would have been from that set, so you don't have to buy it, and it will be guaranteed to roll over to a 600 item, which is nice, and get you that 5% additional luck. And now, after the snakeskin boots, the next piece is going to be the golden sheafs, and these are going to be acquired from Harrow the Sickle, located in Brimstone Sands. And now, Harrow the Sickle is also not a difficult mob to fight. It is a level 66, but doesn't hit that hard, and it should be easy enough to take out. I was able to get the drop here fairly quickly, and it didn't take too long, just like the snakeskin boots. And this will give you a plus 5% to harvesting luck on your set. So this is a great piece to pick up as well. It shouldn't take you very long to get either. There are a few mobs in the area like Harrow the Sickle, but are also even easier to fight than Harrow, so it shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. Now this is the only piece for the harvesting set that is obtainable through a drop from a mob specifically, and is fairly easy to get, so you might as well grab it and put it into your set. That way you don't have to purchase that piece of the set or go out and try and farm it randomly or through the lions like I said earlier. But this is a nice addition and easy enough to farm, so you might as well go do it. Now unfortunately there is no piece for the mining set currently that is farmable, so that is one that is just not available. There is one online that says that it will be in game at some point, or maybe it was removed for some reason. Hopefully in the future there is a full set of each of these sets that is farmable, but for now that's not true. So hopefully in the future we see more of these and can get specific mobs to drop specific sets, but for now the lions are the good way to go about just randomly getting a few of them if you want to. Try and farm it out that way, but the golden sheafs and the snakeskin boots are guarantees once you farm them out for a little bit. So well worth your time getting these two pieces for sure. And then if you want to give it a shot, go to the lions, get some blue tier pieces and hold you over until you can afford, or want to buy the pieces off the market or randomly get them and then drop somewhere along the line. But thank you guys so much for listening to me talk about the different gathering sets of New World real quick and how to go about finding them. Unfortunately, there's not a better way to do this yet. As soon as there is, trust me, I will have a video out for each of these sets and the best way to go about doing so. But until then, this is not a bad option, and if you cannot find the piece you want on the market or farm it in a different way, then this is the spot I would suggest for now until there is a better one found in order to farm some of these up. But thanks again for listening to talk a little bit about it, and if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would truly appreciate that. But we'll have more videos out soon. I hope to see you there.